Hi everyone! Today I'm continuing my series on how to grow in self-confidence depending on your Enneagram type. Last week I shared a video about Enneagram 3 and today I'm going to be talking about Enneagram 1. As I said before, even though the tips and the ideas that I'm going to be sharing with respect to each type are more specific to that particular type or to someone who has that Enneagram as their core type, however, a lot of these things are aspects that everybody can learn from. Because the Enneagram tendencies and the Enneagram fears and triggers and motivations are things that to a certain extent influence all of us. They are human problems. Of course, some of them are stronger for us than others, but nonetheless we have influences from all 9 Enneagram types. So today's video is probably the most helpful for Enneagram 1 individuals or people who have Enneagram 1 as a wing or in their tri-type. However, there's something to learn for every single person. So all about that in the next few minutes. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's dive in. So, what is the main issue when it comes to self-confidence in respect or in relationship to Enneagram 1 patterns or individuals? Enneagram 1 is also known as the perfectionist or the reformer. And this is a type that very much cares about making sure that they do things perfectly. And why? What is the reason behind it? They want to do things perfectly because somehow, consciously or unconsciously, they associate that perfection in their work or in the things that they do with being not corrupt, being good people, being not evil, being moral, being ethical. So for a lot of Enneagram 1 individuals, the lack of self-confidence when they do experience it comes from feeling that they are always falling short, that they don't reach their objectives and their standards. And something that is very typical for Enneagram 1 individuals is to beat themselves up a lot and to kind of blame themselves that they are not good enough as people, as individuals, that they do not manage to support the idea of morality that they really so much care about. So they will kind of engage in behaviors that will put a lot of blame on themselves, sometimes a lot of blame on other people, but that's usually a reflection of their own tendency to blame themselves and their own lack of self-confidence. And they will be stuck in a cycle of constantly blaming, constantly being negative, constantly feeling like nothing is good enough. I've seen quite a lot of Enneagram 1 individuals in my life who tend to work in professions that somehow support people. Doctors, lawyers, psychologists, social workers, managers, leaders. And they tend to really care about doing their job properly and being ethical and having morality in what they do. But sometimes they take this to an extreme, because we know that the Enneagram tendencies make us take things to an extreme. And because of that, of course, it feels like no matter what they do, they can never do things properly. They can never manage to rise to that standard of perfection that they expect from themselves. So, they set the goal here, they work really hard, and they only manage to be somewhere here, and then they see the gap. They don't see how much they've overcome so far. They don't see how much they actually did do, and they don't see the positive aspects of what they do. They only see the difference between what they wanted to achieve and where they actually are right now. And this is a constant amount of pressure on them to do even better. And I think that the most important thing for Enneagram 1 individuals to understand is that perfection doesn't exist. And of course, they know this on a rational level, or a lot of people know this on a rational level, but there's emotional work to be done when it comes to really integrating that message. Perfection is not really attainable. As human beings, whatever we do, it will be imperfect. Now, yes, there are some things that are really important to be done properly. For example, if I'm a surgeon and I'm operating on someone, of course, I need to be careful to do my job really, really well so that I don't kill the person or don't cause more damage to their health, of course. But overall, whatever work we do, whatever activities we engage in, whatever relationships we have with other people, there's always going to be an element of imperfection. There's always going to be an element of humanity. And most of the times, it is not necessary that things are perfect. Other people can connect better to us when they see our humanity, when they see our imperfection, when they see that we are just like them. Because everybody realizes that they have issues, everybody has insecurities, everybody has negative emotions. So when they see these things in other people, it is much easier to create a connection. When we try to be so perfect and to project this image of perfection to the outside world as well, because somehow we do it unconsciously anyway, it will be even more difficult for people to connect with us and will kind of keep people away. I feel like sometimes Enneagram 1 individuals have a tendency to almost appear as they are very rigid and cold because of the huge amount of pressure they put on themselves. And sometimes this kind of pushes people away because others feel like, well, no matter what I do, this person will not be happy with me. No matter how much I work, this person will be dissatisfied. So this creates a lack of connection, and that lack of connection contributes even more to the Enneagram 1 individual feeling like they can't really cherish their self-worth, like they are suffering in self-confidence. Connection is another really powerful way for Enneagram 1s to really grow in self-confidence. I've seen this message from so many different areas in psychology and in spirituality and in personal growth. Connection, true valuable connection with other people, is one of the best antidotes for a lot of mental health challenges. Like, I'm going to take a step further and say that there are quite a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists and medical professionals who support the idea that sometimes true human connection is one of the most powerful ways to even cure addiction in other people, substance addiction or other types of addiction. So in order for Enneagram 1s to really enhance their self-confidence in a healthy way, it is really important that they also take time to focus on true authentic connection with other people, because this will also indirectly take the pressure off their work, their projects, their morality aspects, and allow them to step into a more relaxed, serene energy. On a behavioral level, Enneagram 1s also tend to be overly focused on work. Not always, but there tends to be a pattern, like their perfectionism, their desire to do things at the highest possible standard often is reflected in the work that they do, and they tend to work really hard, like Enneagram 3s. However, the motivation for what they do is quite different compared to Enneagram 3s. Still, there is a strong tendency to invest a lot of their time and energy in their work and in their more serious projects, and sometimes they really forget to have fun, relax, and enjoy things. Which is why, if we talk about direction of integration in the Enneagram, Enneagram 1 moves towards Enneagram 7. What is 7 as an archetype in the positive sense? Well, 7 has a lot to do with having fun, exploring, relaxing, accessing our more serene energy, being playful, being creative, being joyful, being exploratory. So we first start by integrating the message that I don't need to be perfect, perfection doesn't exist. Rather, let's set some more realistic standards or some more realistic objectives for what I want to achieve. 2, focus on connection, because this will open the doors to a different type of energy within the individual. Less focus on the serious matters of work, and also more focus in true, authentic, meaningful connections with other people. And 3, opening the door to more fun, more relaxation, more playfulness, and more creativity. It can be really helpful for an Enneagram 1 individual to find an outlet, creative outlet or hobby that enables them to do something completely different, where these moral, ethical, perfection standards are not necessary. I don't know, maybe you're a doctor and you find joy in painting, and you join a painting group and learn that there it's okay to just paint whatever you feel without it needing to be perfect. Or maybe you realize that you really enjoy doing yoga and meditation, and you start doing that on a regular basis. Or maybe you realize that, I don't know, you might enjoy joining a book club where you meet with people regularly and discuss books from a topic that are completely unrelated to your work. Whatever that might be for you, explore that. Connect and open up to the possibilities. Of course, all of this work also means discomfort and I'm saying this for all people and for all Enneagram types, really growing in our self-confidence and developing and healing takes a lot of work, takes a lot of practice, and a lot of discomfort sometimes. However, this video was aimed to give you a few ideas and a few pointers to draw inspiration from. However, if you're also interested in exploring this a little bit further, I offer self-awareness coaching sessions focused at helping you gain more confidence, take steps forward in different parts of your life, and reconnect with your mission, your vision, and your values. If you're interested in that, check out the link in the description below. There's a little bit more information on my website, and you can also schedule a free discovery call so that we can get to know each other and see if we are a good fit for working together. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for being with me, and see you next time with another video on typology.